What is happening, La Familia YouTube? I am back, and today we are back with a fun one. Now, you know what, you guys? Years ago, I shed my hype beast skin. You know what I mean? And then for the last 5 years or so since I've been wearing like tech wear and avant-garde, there's not a whole lot of things that really faze me. I don't really get excited about sneaker drops and stuff like that anymore. And I feel like even by now, a lot of people have shed their hype beast skin. But once in a while, you guys, there's a shoe, or something that drops, and I'm just like, and then my inner hype beast just comes roaring back. You know what I mean? But anyways, you guys, this is actually one of these shoes. So what's interesting, you guys, is I really love the Nike Field Low, and I had been teetering around in my brain, kind of like wanting to get those shoes for like probably like a year or so now. Because I was like, oh, these will be a good like by the door shoe, like a good everyday shoe. But the problem is, I have too many pairs of shoes. So, they weren't selling out. So I knew I had time to kind of think about it. You know what I mean? And alas, I never got them. But they were always a shoe that stayed on my radar. And what's interesting is when the first pictures of the Nike Stranger Things for 2025. When they first started kind of leaking the photos, I was kind of like, I wasn't really that impressed. I really wasn't that impressed with the first collab either. But the second one around here, the two shoes that stood out to me was the blue, I think the Turbo Weapons. Probably because of the fact that I had Rick Owens versions of those and I really liked them. But I really also liked like the colorway and everything they had in this one. Just kind of stood out to me because it was just something unique. But the other ones were just the Air Max, and I think there was like a waffle one or something like that. But then I was looking and I saw the white ones, the white Field Highs, and I was like, oh damn, those are nice. Those are actually kind of nice. I might actually think about getting those. But then I kind of forgot about them. So then fast forward, I'm watching the new Stranger Things season, and then as a scene in the movie, I didn't really notice it when she was doing her like training stuff. But there's a scene in the movie where Eleven, aka Millie Bobby Brown, puts her foot right on the tree, and I was like this. I was like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Like immediately, I was like the Field High. And when I saw them in that scene, for some reason, I was like, bro, these look so good on feet. Not to mention, it was appealing to my 1980s kids, brain of just seeing how they kind of reverse engineered the outfit that Josh Brolin was wearing in the Goonies. But I thought that was cool too. But man, when she put her foot against the tree, I was like, damn, those look good on feet. I think it's solidified. I'm gonna get those. And ladies and gentlemen, we got them. All right, and here we are, the Nike Field General High. Keep in mind, La Familia YouTube, this is the first time they've ever put this model out in a high version. And I gotta say, like I said, just based off the pictures and based off the on feet, like that in that scene from Stranger Things season 5, like I said, I immediately was just like, yeah, those are amazing as highs, and I actually like them better as a high than a low. So good job, Nike. I'm not gonna really go into the details of the shoe or the box and everything, but I'm gonna put some B-roll up. But it's one thing that's really cool and noticing right away is the box kind of has like this raised like lightning pattern that's like going all over the shoe, and the lightning is obviously from the lightning from the upside down. Big old map on the front right there, and I'm pretty sure this is obviously it's a reference to Stranger Things, but I cannot remember right now. Maybe I'll put it somewhere what it was, but I do know what it is, but I just can't remember what where the reference is coming from, but I'll put it somewhere. This is interesting. It's got the Netflix logo right over here. And yeah, it's just got a lot of really cool like Easter eggs, just like from the show. And then right there, it has the Nike Stranger Things. Hopefully that's focusing. It's got the Nike Stranger Things thing right there. So let's get the shoes out, you guys. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Nothing on the inside. You know what? Let's take it to the table real quick. without further ado, let me put these on feet right away so you guys can kind of check out like what they look like. I'm gonna have like 2 pairs of pants. I'm gonna get like basically like more of a cropped pair of pants. So these, keep in mind, it's a shot in the dark, so I don't know if it's gonna look good or not. But I'm gonna do a cropped pair of pants. I'm gonna do like more of a slimmer cut pair of pants too, because I actually feel like these are gonna look great with shorts, by the way. But I'm not gonna do that today. But follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting fits and all that stuff. But let's get them on feet. All right, La Familia YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed the on feet. Let's talk about sizing. And I'm just going to say this off the top. Do not bombard me with questions about sizing, okay? Now, a lot of you guys that are not Bigfoot gang, I can tell, are asking me questions about sizing. And I got to tell you something. Bigfoot gang versus normal foot to small gang, and I'm talking about, you know, a size 10 and under. Our world is different from yours, okay? Very different. Like when you start getting into those bigger feet, sometimes I think like sneaker companies don't really know how to like make shoes for big feet. So sometimes when you start getting up there, like some of their shoes will fit true to size, and then some of their shoes, us Bigfoot people have to size up. So I'm going to tell you how this pertains to me personally in my world, okay? Bigfoot gang. You guys saw the thing on the box. If you saw the B-roll, these are a size 14, okay? I usually wear a 13, but there is no such thing as a 13 and a half. So when I need to size up, I usually have to go up to a 14, which sometimes in a lot of cases is too big, but it's much more comfortable than my toes getting crunched in the top. That all being said, usually with Nike high top shoes, especially high top shoes that are a little bit more narrow, especially in this collar part, in the high top part, I always have to size up. Nike Blazers, I always have to size up. Size 13s fit me awfully in Nike Blazers. So to me, these are really close to a Blazer. So I said, you know what? I'm going to size up then. And I'm glad that I did, because it's actually kind of narrow in here. And my foot's a little bit wider at the top. So what's great is that it's actually a little bit wider at the top. So these shoes are shaped really interestingly. And when the fact that I sized up, they actually fit really, really good, and they fit perfectly, and they're actually very, very comfortable. Especially because the top of my foot's a little bit wider too. So, and a little bit flatter in the top too. So it actually is good for like flat footers, but again, flat foot / wide foot people, but you're going to more than likely have to size up. But for you narrow feet people who are under a size 10, you're probably going to be fine with going true to size. But I will tell you that putting these on will be problematic, just like they're problematic with the Blazers, but not nearly as bad as the Blazers, if that makes sense. So don't ask me about sizing. I'm going to, okay? I just went in depth about sizing, so you should have no questions about sizing. I love you guys. But anyways, just want to say, you guys, I really, really like this shoe. I can't wait till, I feel like these are going to go great with like tech wear fits. I don't think I'm going to really be able to do anything with like avant-garde fits with these shoes, but I feel like with tech fits, they're going to go really, really well, especially if I do like a lunar core fit. And if you're not in the tech wear community, lunar core is kind of like a version of tech wear that looks like you're literally like an astronaut or from outer space. Usually it's an all white, fit. I think you get the point. But anyways, you guys, yeah, so I'm excited to kind of try those out. There's actually some pants I have that I really, really think are going to go really well with these. Shout out to Idol Ito. But yeah, man, there's nothing else really I can say about these. I feel like these were really well executed. I feel like the box, I feel like the pins and everything that it comes with, I feel like Nike did a really, really good job with these. And I'm actually surprised that these didn't sell out first, if I'm being honest, especially because they had a full size run, even bigger sizes, even though they're women's exclusive. But yeah, I think they killed it on these. I love the subtleties. I love the upside down Nike, representing the upside down of Stranger Things. And if you've never watched Stranger Things, like, what is wrong with you? If you're watching this, go stop this video right now and go watch the damn show because it's really good. But anyways, you guys, I think that's it. I'm giving these shoes a 9 out of 10, honestly. I don't even know why I'm taking off a point, but I definitely given them 9 out of 10 because I'm sure there's some room for improvement somewhere. But other than that, I think Nike did a pretty damn good job. So anyways, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, please. And I'm out of here.